this. All right, now we're gonna make some chocolates and see how this might work. Again, it's always, I can see it's asking for the maximum profit, so it looks like I'm maximizing something. Tilda makes specialized chocolates. Her two best-selling chocolates, Heart and Flower, are made by pouring milk chocolate into a mold. The Heart requires 2.5 ounces of milk and earns 10 cents profit, while the Flower requires 2 ounces of milk and earns 30 cents profit. Seems like we want to lean towards the Flower instead of the Heart. If she has 728 ounces of milk available and she wants to make at least twice as many flowers as Hearts, what is the maximum profit she can make? Okay, so we want to maximize profit somehow. For Heart, we make 10 cents. And for the Flower, we make 30 cents. We want to maximize that function. Looks like we only have a certain amount of milk. We only have 728 ounces, and we need 2.5 for the Heart. And we need 2 ounces for the Flower. This is what I meant by when we were in chapter 7. This is what I meant by these are more realistic. Like you only have this amount of milk, but you would be, you would accept using less than what you have to maximize your profit. So some of the problems in 7 were just like it has to equal 728 ounces, but that's not reality. You would be okay with using less of your stock to maximize your profit. That would be okay. So these are harder, but these are more realistic, and that tends to be the relationship between math problems and outside. Okay, so we have our milk equation, but then they give me this riddle or this relationship. It says wants to make at least twice as many flowers as Hearts. We want more flowers than Hearts. We want at least twice as many flowers. So some relationship here. We have Flower is greater than or equal to 2 times Heart. That's the way it looks to me anyway. So we have that relationship. And then I would also say that they could be 0, but they can't be negative. I can't have a negative amount of Heart chocolates. That's not going to work. So they have to be in the first quadrant. That's the idea anyway. Okay, so where's this thing going to lie? The questions are getting uglier as we go along. Does 728 divide well with 2.5? Not really. Sure. So where is this thing gonna be? Now, what makes me really sad is that we just have this Flower equals 2h, and those, for me, are always harder to graph, because that means you just have a line that's sticking out this way. That's kind of a bummer. seems like we have flour equals 364 and 728 divided by 2.5 be ugly, but maybe we can figure out where that is. Connect those lines. Okay. Now, where are we located? So we have a few different regions. It looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different spots in relationship to those that we could be in. So let's figure that out. So 0 is less than 728. That's correct. So it says you're going this way. And then with the other line, this is the one I was telling you about in 8A. I guess that would have been Monday. I hate these because then it's hard to figure out where you are. You can't plug in 0, 0. It doesn't tell you anything. 0, 0 is correct, but it doesn't tell you anything. So you have to kind of see where you should be. So we can pick some point and just see if it's true, but this is always difficult because you have to kind of come up with where are you interested in. So I'm pretty simple, so I'm just going to think, let's just pick a simple point and just see if it's true. Like for instance, if it's over here, then 0, 100 would work. And we can just see if that's true. And so I can plug in 100 here is greater than 0. And I can see if that's true or false. The other way I could have done it 100 here. You don't have to do 100. You can pick anything you want. In fact, I probably could have just picked 1. That would have worked. But here you can see that this one, I don't believe will work correctly because you'd have 0 is greater than 200, and that's not correct. So it looks like we're pointed that way. So I think we're in that triangle. That's what I think. I think we're somewhere here. So this was a test. This was a test. That's how I do it. Okay. So 3 points. I need to see if they are the maximum. What are these points? Well, one of the points is 0, 0, and I don't think that's the maximum. You could have a problem where it's the maximum, but not in this case. Not in this case. Another point would be 0, 364. And then the other point is where they intersect. And as far as math problems go out of a math textbook, that's usually the solution. But it's not always, but that's usually where it is. And that's the one I'm leaning towards, but you never know. All right, where is that? That's where those two lines intersect. Where does that happen? I don't know. I'm going to have to calculate it. So I have 2.5h plus 2f equals 728, and I have f equals 2h. So I think this would be a candidate for substitution. Okay. So I can plug in 2h for f, and that would give me 2.5h plus 2 times 2h equals 728. That would be 2.5h plus 4h equals 728. and then 6.5. So that divide out equal? That's a good sign. So I think hearts in this case is 112. If that's true, I could double it. That's the point there. Okay, I want the maximum. So I have a new contender here. And so I don't think it's 0, 0, because that's $0, and that doesn't seem like that's going to be correct to me. 364 times 30 cents. I'm coming up with, I'll have to write it over here, 109.20. And then 112 times 10 cents plus 224.30 cents is $78.40. So it seems like this was the winner. And that was located here. But my guess would have been where it intersected. That's my guess. Just in the context that it is a math homework problem, that's usually where it lies. So we found that it's $109.20. Um, questions, comments?